Hello guys, Michael the X here, and today I'm going to be ranting on a video from Verlisify. Now, I know this is the second time I've done this, but the reason why I'm doing this is on Verlisify again is because the moment I started watching this video, I actually got mad. Because he's literally he's a hypocrite, pretty much. I know some people are like, wait, what? Remember the Sword and Shield before when Sword and Shield came out, where everyone was hating on the game. Verlisify was saying, "Oh, don't hate on the game; it's not out yet." Now he's doing that. Except it's reversed. Every single Pokemon fan that are looking at the game and they are hyped for it. A lot of them are cautiously excited because of Sword and Shield, but others, let's just say, yeah, are just really hyped for an open world Pokemon game. Verlisify is being the exact opposite how he was during the Sword Shield era. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and start this video. Let me turn this down so you can hear me.
I have a lot of problems with Pokemon Legends, and the more I think about it, the more problems I end up finding. There's so many, I don't even know where to begin this video, so
Actually,
I guess
so I
I'll
don't
start
get
off by
copyright. I just realized something. I should probably do this.
saying it really feels like nothing here works for me. Even going to the big reveal, I wasn't blown away. I wasn't super hyped. Like, it looks good, but it doesn't look exceptional to me. It just kind of looks like we're expanding on the wild area, but that's not an evolution. That's not taking a giant step forward for Pokemon like we're expecting, and even then, it just kind of feels generic. Like, this just seems like an indie game. Like, you look at that. That feels like an indie game render of what someone wants Pokemon Breath of the Wild.
The reason why I have a problem with this is because this game is not even close to being out yet. They still have a whole year. Of course, like, look at every single game that has been revealed before. Right. Well, it's actual, like 1 year before. Right, and we actually see gameplay footage of it. Most of the time, it looks bad. I'll just be completely honest. But if they say it's coming out to next year, they have the perfect opportunity to fix some things up, which is why so many fans, despite looking at this, because I talked to not just my friends, but to other people I don't even know about this. And we all agree on one thing, that the Sword Shield, not Sword Shield, that yeah, the area does look bad. It's just that it could easily be fixed as long as we say it looks bad and choppy, which Game Freak would more likely listen, especially since, well, first off, this is not even close to being done yet. So they could easily do that. So if you're just saying that it looks choppy and some areas don't look that good, I would not have a problem with this segment. Yeah, you're just straight up saying that it's bad. Sure, you did say that it looks good, but of course it's not going to look amazing yet. It's not even close to being done. Not to mention, you brought this to Breath of the Wild, and sure, some people get the Breath of the Wild vibes, and I even do. Yeah, I honestly don't think that's a fair comparison. Because Breath of the Wild had many years to develop. This game, as far as we know, only had two. Like, at least two. At most three. Because we don't know when they started development on this, because we don't know if they immediately started after Sword Shield, while let the side team who worked on the secondary games, such as Platinum, but and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, stuff like that, work on the DLC for Sword and Shield. We don't know if they immediately started while doing that, or if they took a break, then decided to do the DLC, and then started working on this. If we do that, then yeah, I would agree, but we don't know that. For all we know, they could have just easily worked on this a year ago. Be like, let's do a wild area Pokemon game, which also is not a fair comparison because, well, the wild area, let's just say, was small. Game Freak tried compared this to any wild area from Sword Shield to a Breath of the Wild region. The smallest region of Breath of the Wild is way bigger than the size of the Sword Shield wild area. The DLC makes it about the same, however. Since the DLC, despite me not buying it, I have looked at the map and I have played the DLC. It's just I haven't bought it myself since I did not enjoy Sword Shield personally, despite Pokemon being my favorite franchise. And, well, yeah, it does make it even, but still. Let's go ahead and continue.
To look like. And it doesn't even feel or look as good as Pokemon Breath of the Wild to me. So it's kind of like a step back without giving us any kind of wow factor, without delivering on something massive. And to me, Pokemon Sword and Shield looked better in the way that it was revealed. Like, for this Pokemon Direct, I was blown away. It got me feeling for the future of Pokemon. Pokemon Legends doesn't do that. Please, take a look. Like, that just hit so much different. And
again, this is not a fair comparison. The reason why it's not a fair comparison is because Game Freak had said this trailer was trying to show off the graphics of the region and all that. It's for Pokemon Legends, they were trying to show off that it's an open world Pokemon game, not the graphics. Which is why I say it has a Breath of the Wild feel to it. Seriously, compared the Breath of the Wild trailer to the Pokemon Legends trailer, they're very similar. And the trailer I'm specifically talking about is where Link is standing on the cliff while he's staring out into the field of Hyrule. That's the trailer I'm talking about.
also just be the vibrancy. Like, you don't have to have this sprawling, expansive thing that tries to make itself look better than it is. Like, it just kind of falls flat to me, even compared to Pokemon Sword and Shield, even though there's a lot of people like, oh, it looks so much better. But if you actually, like, break it down, it doesn't. And then comparing it to Breath of the Wild and other games, it keeps on falling down for me. Like, we have Kindred Fates. Kindred Fates is the big upcoming one, and to me, I'm feeling more life in Kindred Fates. I feel more desire to explore in a better world just being built in general. And the funny thing is,
okay, this is nothing to the Kindred Fates developers, because I have nothing against them, but what do you mean? After you said Kindred Fates because I was just like, what's that? I was looking at a lot of the trailers and all that, a lot of the video footage, and then comparing the Legends video, and Legends just looks way better. I'm not kidding about that. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about this game. It's just that you're comparing a indie game that has not that good lighting, honestly, because if it was just brighter, then that would actually alleviate some of the problems I have with the graphics currently for this indie game. But still, not mention later you say that that Legends looks like a alpha game.
Kindred Fates is like more alpha than Pokemon Legends, and Pokemon Legends is just like I'm more excited for Kindred Fates now than this.
Okay, I mixed it up. Yeah, this game looks. In my personal opinion, Kindred Fates looks like a beta for whoever it's supposed to be. Compared to Sword. I keep saying Sword and Shield. If I ever say Sword and Shield by accident again, no, I'm talking about Legends. And I don't notice it. Legends. It's just because I'm tired. I'm sorry. Anyways, Legends looks way better. I asked a few of my friends by comparing certain screenshots, and we all agree that Legends looks better.
Than Pokemon's big open world exclusive kind of game. So that's kind of a thing right there. But also, when it comes to Pokemon Legends, I'm worried about what this means for Pokemon as a series, Pokemon in general, because a bold new direction. Is this supposed to be like some kind of main series game or like some kind of thing that they're going to continue?
yes, Junichi Masuda confirmed this. It's a bold new direction because they took. Well, it's obviously a new main series game because again they wouldn't bring up it's a bold new direction and all that. It's a main series game. I don't understand why you're saying is this a main series game and there's a questioning it. Sure, it's not the same fundamentally, but it's still a main series Pokemon game. Even if the gameplay is different, it still clearly is a main series game. I know some people are like you're repeating yourself, but here's why it's a main series game. It's a bold new direction. That's the best hint. And yeah, it's a good hint towards it being a main series game. And I'm gonna say it's a main series game up until it's confirmed not to be. Now we already know where it's gonna take place. It's gonna take place way before Red and Blue.
Certainly sounds like that from the way the Pokemon Presents was, and the name, Pokemon Legends. That's a series. So we have Arceus. Are we going to have, like, Mew in the past for Kanto? Are there going to be new generations, new regions that they're going to expand upon with Pokemon Legends, other stories? Kalos has a rich history. Kalos has a really rich history. So, I mean, like, now it just kind of seems like we can go any and all directions with this, and it's going to mess up a lot of things for Pokemon. And that brings us to, like, Let's Go. Let's Go is just kind of hanging there now because we're doing just Diamond and Pearl remake, but it's not Let's Go, even though it should have been Let's Go, and that's going to be its own video. Because, I mean, read this right here. These remakes include easy-to-understand...
It's
I hate ads.
It's creamy. It's Kinder Bueno.
player-friendly conveniences of modern Pokemon series, plus up-close and personal Pokemon battle scenes. Easy...
I don't understand your point here. Aside from you just saying, oh, this is not Let's Go. Which... Boo-hoo.
to understand. Just make it Pokemon Let's Go at that point. And then we're also getting, like, a Pokemon game that's all about the history of Sinnoh. Now, it feels like this just muddies way too much stuff, because now we have three directions. We have Pokemon Let's Go, Pokemon Main Series, Pokemon Legends. Remakes are just a complete mess, because Pokemon Legends might just dance around any timeline.
Okay. Here's one problem I have with it that just popped in my head. So, like the other ones, there's no script. Because I'm someone who doesn't script these. The reason why this is a main problem is that this doesn't mess up anything at all. Like on the remakes, they literally said it's literally a 1-to-1 remake as far as we know. The only difference that they're adding is what they just brought up there, as far as we know. We don't know if they just said it's a 1-to-1 remake to get sales. For all we know, they could have added Mega Evolution or Dynamax. Which I hope they don't for Dynamax, because Dynamax was a bad feature in my personal opinion. Again, my personal opinion, people who like Pokemon don't have to hate on me for that. For saying it's just a bad mechanic overall. But still. Now let's continue.
Are we actually going to have Gen 5 remakes at some point? And then, yeah, it's just really, really messy to me. But this also kind of brings into another problem. I don't feel life here as a Pokemon trainer. I don't know where the end game is. I don't know where the replayability is. Like, do you just run around just infinitely catch Pokemon? That doesn't seem super fulfilling. Also, Lamau, because people got mad at Let's Go because they said, oh, you have to battle Pokemon to catch them, and then the first thing you do here is you don't battle the Shinx and you catch it. And it seems true for a lot of Pokemon because this goes before what it means to be a Pokemon trainer. Now, yes, battles are in this game, and there were technically still battles inside of Pokemon Let's Go. So, I mean, I think, like, the fans that are overhyping about this, they're just being hypocrites about all the other things that they've hated about Pokemon Sword and Shield and Pokemon Let's Go.
Okay, the reason why people... there's one point I do agree with you here, is that there's some fans that are being hypocrites. But the one thing I do not agree with you here is that about the comparison between Let's Go. Let's Go, sure, you don't battle a Pokemon, but the reason why this is the case is because if you look at the game setting, it's an area. Oh, it's just an open world, pretty much. I know, and all that. Well, I know. I just said that. What? I'm not even going to do that. Anyways, I know that may be hard to some people to understand that. Yet, It's an open world game. I already know how they're probably going to handle this. Instead of them going based off of you just catching a Pokemon and all that, it's probably going to be for weaker Pokemon such as Shinx, the starters, all that. You'll have to throw a Pokeball. Well, you just have to throw a Pokeball. You don't have to battle it, though you can still battle it if you want EXP. But for stronger Pokemon, you have to battle it. That's probably how it's going to go. I know a lot of speculation, but you need to take into account the possibilities before you just be like, oh, this is bad.
Go. So that's another thing that's kind of upsetting me about this. Alright, so after recording the video, I noticed something that I think really summarizes why I'm not impressed by this game. Because you look at this interaction, that just feels wrong. That just feels like there's no potential. There's nothing that can come from that. Instead of having like a sword and a shield or some kind of way to set up, like even comparing this to Monster Hunter, comparing this to any other kind of game. I know that, like, I don't want a sword. I don't want to slash down a Pikachu. No. But that's also why this kind of game can't work for Pokemon. You have to do those other things. You have to express yourself as a trainer, against gyms, as a league builder, a league leader, something like that. A Pokemon master. Because if you're just some kind of like prehistoric dude that doesn't know how Pokemon's supposed to function and you're building that world, it's going to be scuffed. This is just the scuffed history of Pokemon to where it looks like that. Like, oh, I don't have Pokemon yet. I'm going to walk around in circles on the Chimchar until he's going to let me catch him. And you just throw this primitive Pokeball at it. Pokeballs of old were apparently built a little differently from the ones we know so well, made mostly of wood and steam puff from their tops. I mean, Kurt was able to make competent Pokeballs, and I feel like if we just go back through his... Like, there has to be a Kurt ancestor in this game. There isn't, I'm gonna riot, but also it seems like they probably would have had a little better of an idea than something like this. I think like, the Pokemon Company or Game Freak has to kneecap their own history to make this work, but then it's not interesting. And since we don't have the battles don't seem that live action, that much real time. Like, if I'm running around, like, maybe that's another thing. Again, they need to separate.
What do you mean? Okay, this is something I heavily disagree with you upon. Compare this to Sword Shield. This battles look way more lively. What do you... Seriously, at this point in the video, I just started cringing so hard when I first watched it. And yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was just like, wow, this is probably one of the worst videos I've ever seen. For any PokeTuber. I honestly feel like that you don't understand what any of this is. And just doing it for clickbait. Which, by the way, I just want you to know, the only reason I'm not going to change it is just so, the camera doesn't, not the camera, my video isn't a widescreen, video, but, just so you guys know, inside of his video, I'll link the video down below, but, inside the video, this is exactly the problem with it. As soon as people started hating on him, because he has a comment inside his video saying, well, I don't remember exactly what it says, but so many people were giving him hate because he was not liking Pokemon Legends. Now, I understand that, yet there were some people inside the comments that I actually saw because he removed the video's comments 6 hours later, apparently, from one of my friends. That's the maximum, but because he removed the video comments and the dislike ratio because of how much hate he was getting. If you're getting so much hate, just take down the video. Seriously. That's what I would do, at least. But still. Which, by the way, some people are like, it's probably because this video is made for kids. It's not. Whenever you make a video for kids, you're still able to comment. Well, and show you dislike ratio. The only one thing that is removed from you is just saying curse words. That's it. Which, sure, he doesn't say any curse words, but still. which that I brought that up because I know for a fact this video was not made for anyone over the age, well, under the age of 13. By that simple logic, he just simply removed the the like-dislike ratio in comments because of how much hate he was getting for him. Well, one of the reasons is because he's hating on Pokemon Legends. But another reason is because when I was reading down the comments, so many people that were bringing up the game is not out yet or anything like that. And one person even brought up he's a hypocrite. Which I'll explain for a little bit why he's a hypocrite after a tiny bit. Which, yeah.
More. That if I have a Gallade, and I'm able to, like, control my Gallade while also trying to keep myself safe, and then, like, Gallade's kind of doing his own thing.
The reason why it's not like that is because of one reason. Is because Game Freak is not trying to stray away from the original Pokemon battle formula because of the competitive scene. That's the pure reason. And I know that's the reason because Pokemon has stayed with the formula for so long, and then it got to the point where a competitive scene is formulated. So, yeah. They're more likely keeping the battle system the exact same for the fact that there is a new type of... Oh, since this is still the same type of formula in terms of battle system. They kept it the same for the competitive scene. That's pretty much what I wanted to say.
Then yeah, that's my replacement for a Sword and a Shield, or a bow, or whatever that would be represented in Breath of the Wild, Monster Hunter, or some kind of JRPG that has real-time combat. With this, like, you're kind of just diluting everything about what could be cool because you're so scuffed as this culture that doesn't understand Pokemon, and that just goes back even to, like, Diamond and Pearl Sinnoh lore books that you find in Canalave City. It seems like what you're able to do in this world is just completely underwhelming and kind of comical, and even that's like, well, cool, I have Lucario by my side as though it's just a regular main series game. Budu doesn't seem to be too bothered by me, and maybe there'll be some cool fights, maybe there'll be some cool interactions, but yeah. Not feeling it even more. See, the problems just keep on growing the more I look into this. And then this just makes the game feel even more...
The cringe of this video is rising the more I watch it.
boring. To catch Pokemon Legends, you can observe them to learn their behavior, carefully sneak up on them, aim your Pokeball, and let it fly. So that really is the gameplay. You just kind of walk up and throw a Pokeball and hope it works. And also, like, depending on, because what we saw in Pokemon Sword and Shield are strong Pokemon. You can't catch them until a certain stage of the game. So I'm guessing if you see a wild Garchomp, you can't just chuck Pokeballs at it until you get lucky and end up catching it. But I mean, this just doesn't sound great either. You can also have your ally Pokemon battle wild Pokemon that you hope to catch. Just throw the Pokeball holding your ally Pokemon near a wild Pokemon, and you'll seamlessly enter battle and command your Pokemon by choosing from moves it knows. So, Pixelmon, where you just walk up to the wild Pokemon that's out there doing its own thing, and then you just throw the Pokeball by it, and you go straight into battle to just do a regular Pokemon battle. That doesn't sound revolutionary to me, and that's also why I don't like, just from watching this, just from what I've seen right here, there isn't anything that takes Pokemon to the next level. And then going back to what I was saying about the post-game, I don't know what this game's identity is supposed to be, because it's before we're Pokemon trainers, but it's not as, like, cleaned up as the main series games, but the battles are effectively the same. Like, is this going to have multiplayer? Is this going to have online? Is this going to be treated like a main series Pokemon game with competitive or something? There's, like, leaks and things out there, and the leaks did come out. I saw the leaks. I saw the leaks before the Pokemon Presents, and I kind of, like, stayed neutral about them, but then as it came out, I was like, nah, this actually doesn't have me super excited. So, I mean, if there is a non-standard battling element here, that's cool, but the battles themselves don't separate from the main series, so why is this even a thing, and will this be desirable? Do I want to catch a Garchomp? Do I want to train it in some kind of way? And then do I want to battle other trainers? Or am I just going to stay in Pokemon Sword and Shield, or however the Diamond and Pearl remakes end up doing with that? Like, and then how does this interact with Pokemon Home? Do I take Pokemon out of this game, into Home, into Pokemon Sword and Shield? Nothing goes back into this game because we're in feudal Sinnoh or something. I think it splits way too much from what's going on with where Pokemon needs to go, and like I said, that muddies things too much. Or maybe this isn't going to be a major series progression, and then just a spin-off game, which kind of goes in line with the timeline. You know, we have...
Again, this is not a spin-off game. They confirmed it.
Early 2022, after our Generation 4 remakes, but the Generation 4 remakes, they're not like the other ones. You know, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, there was VGC for that. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Is Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl going to have the competitive scene despite looking the way that it does? We didn't see Let's Go get any major play Pokemon competitive support, so where does this lie? Like, that's what I mean. This should have just been Let's Go. And then I would have been happier, but it seems like instead of combining this, because what I wanted for the ultimate Sinnoh remake was either Let's Go or making it Pokemon Sinnoh Breath of the Wild, but as a more main series game with the modern things we love about Pokemon. And that brings me to what this says. The story unfolds in a long-gone era before the idea of being a Pokemon trainer or having a Pokemon League even existed. I play Pokemon to be a Pokemon trainer, to be the very best like no one ever was, to dominate the league, and then just become a Pokemon master. If this is before even trying to figure out what it means to be a Pokemon master, I'm not excited for that. I think that's another thing, like you can tell...
Okay. The reason why, like, I play Pokemon for the exact same reason, but I also play for the story, which is another reason why I think Sword Shield are disappointing, but I'll make another video on that. But you need to have an open mind about certain things. This is a criticism about how you reacted to it. Because whenever I react to certain things, I have an open mind. Like, I'm cautiously excited and all that, but still, you need to have an open mind about certain things. If something just looked disappointing to you, then just don't even bother with it. Sure, you're a Pokemon YouTuber, so you have to, but just simply say the reasons why you don't like it, and then move on. Don't even make other videos about it. That's a simple thing to do.
That just through the way the gameplay is being expressed initially. And this is what I mean, I just keep on finding more and more problems. When I first saw this, I was kind of underwhelmed by everything. And also the battles are, like, disorientating. Is this supposed to be a main series style of battling with this, like, rotating camera for no reason? And that looks worse than Pokemon Sword and Shield battling. And people got all upset about how Pokemon Sword and Shield battles looked. Again, I know this is alpha, you can see the wild Pokemon, they like are pretty laggy and glitchy and stuff, but even if it comes together, this is the art direction. This is what the game is destined to look like, and it's just going to get more polished, but it's not going to get better. So I think what this kind of brings together with all the problems is that it's giving me the generation...
Okay, what do you mean it's not going to get better? Because, sure, like, some people are like, okay, they changed the art style, the game would look better, but they're not going to change the art style. That one I fully agree upon with you. But the game's not going to get better? What? What? Do you know how game design works? Now, some people are like, I already know someone would make a comeback saying, do you know how game design works? Yes, I do. I won't get into too much detail, but I'm currently studying how to create video games, since that's my dream goal.
5 vibes. Generation 5 is very antithetical to Pokemon, just from the story, just from how it's expressed, just the Pokemon designs in general, and I'm getting that with this, because like I said, I'm not a true trainer anymore. I'm not having the standard Pokemon adventure, so while yes, we got our open world Pokemon game, this is what we wanted, this isn't how I would imagine myself being in the Pokemon world. This isn't how I would imagine myself having a free, open Pokemon experience. I felt more of that with Pokemon Let's Go and Pokemon Sword and Shield. So this is just splitting it.
What? What? Okay, this is not about the video, but I'm shocked about that. Let's continue.
So far away from main Pokemon that I'm not looking excited. Maybe they reveal some other things, but I think this is going to be a big story-based game. And as I've said, like, Pokemon, like, main series Pokemon is 10% story, if that, 90% post-game and being a Pokemon master and training and stuff like that. So, I mean...
Black and White 2, and Sun and Moon / Ultra Sun and Moon would like to speak to you, sir.
Even then, the replayability of this doesn't really go that far, which is weird, because you jump into Pokemon Breath of the Wild, you jump into an open world game, and you just want the hundreds of hours of freedom to do whatever you want. I don't see freedom here. I see very...
This is the first trailer of the game. Before you say it looks like there's no freedom in this, you have to take into account that this is the first trailer. If you just said this trailer doesn't do a good job in showing that it's a true open world game, then yeah, I would agree. But this is the first trailer. You should have waited for that line until the second trailer at least dropped.
Basic, very rudimentary foundations that just are going to repeat over and over again and not really develop into anything. And that's just on the ever-growing list of problems I have. That, when I saw Pokemon Sword and Shield, I wasn't worried. When I saw Pokemon Let's Go, I wasn't worried. When I even saw new Pokemon...
Okay, again, this is not about the video. You were not worried about Sword and Shield? This is genuine. I'm actually shocked. Because as soon as I saw Sword and Shield and the news about it, I was worried. And that's the first time for a Pokemon game I was worried. Because for Let's Go, I wasn't worried at all. In fact, I thought as a spin-off game, Let's Go, the idea was really good. The Sword and Shield, the graphics, the first trailer actually got me very hyped. Where they revealed Scorbunny, Sobble, and Grookey. The second trailer, I was like, oh, okay. Then the third trailer, I was like, okay, this looks a little bit better, but still. And then I believe it was the National Dex cut and all that, which I was like, okay. I don't need a National Dex for a Pokemon game. I was still upset about that, because some of my favorite Pokemon are going to be removed. Then, yeah, which... Let's continue.
Now, I wasn't worried, but with this, I'm worried about the amount of content that's going to be here. I'm worried this is just going to be too simple of a game at the end with a pretty neat story and some challenges to overcome. Like, yeah, I need to get a Bidoof, and then I need to use that Bidoof to battle stronger Pokemon until I can eventually end up with a Garchomp, and then I use that to take on the mystery of the mountain to figure out what Arceus is up to. It might tell a really cool story.
Did you ever pay attention to the starters? Because this is not just catch Pokemon, catch Bidoof and all that. Seriously. Pay attention.
But then how does that conflict with Sinnoh lore? And that's going to be its own separate video. I feel like Pokemon Legends tampers way too much with the actual history of Pokemon. So yeah, I'll even go as far as saying I don't like it. I think it takes too much potential away from what we could have had for a Sinnoh remake. The games themselves, it seems like it's just going to be shallow and empty. Like, what was really amazing about Breath of the Wild is that you had weapons, and those weapons created really crazy interactions. You can't really do that with Pokemon. Like, I don't see how my Piplup's Hydro Pump is going to blast into a Shinx, knock that Shinx into a Garchomp, and now I'm in a raid battle or something. That's happening. If that's possible, that's cool. But I don't see how these Rube Goldberg effects, I don't see how these real-life interactions are going to be possible by just, like...
Okay, I know some people he's compared it to Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild is the first, but Breath of the Wild had so many years to develop. This game only has, again, 1 to 3 years. And of course it's not going to be comparable to Breath of the Wild at all. Seriously. You need to take its time lapse into account. Normally I wouldn't say this, but you actually need to pay attention to certain time slots. And also, people would argue that this game could have been developed at the same time as Breath of the Wild, which, if that were to be the case, then I would be on Verlisify's side about this. Because that would be really bad, but still. Even if it's as long as Breath of the Wild's development cycle, I would still be on Verlisify's side. But I'm going to base off the info we have. But even if it's 4 or 5 years, I would be against Verlisify. But 6 to 7 or higher with him. Just know that. But again, Breath of the Wild is not a fair comparison.
Maybe that's another thing. This game isn't trying to break away and express itself in enough different ways. Again, it's just kind of like they're forcing, like, I don't even know, primitive is a way, like, it's like a primitive Pokemon battle system in a world that can deliver on so much more, to where it just doesn't feel like that real Pokemon adventure. Now, I will give credit to Game Freak. They're always trying to surprise fans, and they got the surprise, but I think they got too carried away with how hard to surprise on this one, and it just falls flat. It has a lot of problems, it creates too many problems, and it just didn't give me...
Alright, now I'm gonna stop a little bit. But here's the one... Alright, so I'm gonna stop the video, of course, but here's what I'm gonna be talking about for the rest of this video. Verlisify is a hypocrite. The reason why he's a hypocrite is because during... let's go to Sword Shield. after the natural deck stuff, he was defending Sword Shield completely. And then the graphics and attacks, he was still defending, saying, "Oh, the game's not out yet. They could easily fix this," or just straight up disagreeing about certain things when clearly everyone else was right. The only reason why other PokeTubers side with Verlisify is because of the toxic side of Verlisify's fans. Which I remember Verlisify one time saying that none of his fans are toxic, and that's false. In fact, most of the Verlisify fans I've seen are more toxic than not toxic. Seriously, I've talked to some of them, and they say, "No, Verlisify is the best PokeTuber," and all that. Just because Verlisify is able to actually say out their opinion when others do. I've seen so many of them say out their opinions. They just don't do it in a video for some of them, and other ones they do, and most people usually accept them. Seriously, I bet you this video is going to receive more dislikes than likes just because of the Verlisify fans. They're probably going to say this video is really bad because of certain reasons. Because, yeah, I know this video is bad. But in terms of the points I bring up, I think it's fair. But everything else I feel like is bad about this video simply because probably the mic quality and all that and other reasons. But still. Oh yeah, another thing. He's a hypocrite for saying that the game's not out yet when he said so many bad things about this game. That's the main reason why he's a hypocrite. Now, if he just simply said that he doesn't like how the game is currently looking, then I would have never made this video. I would just simply commented down when I saw that this video had bad on the thumbnail. Yeah. So that's all I really want to talk about for this video. Goodbye. Oh, I need to.